Good evening. Hello. My hair's wet, kinda. I had a shower. Don't have any makeup on except for lipstick because I got to do the lipstick. My room's all bright, have all the lights on. So come on in. I had a few people contact me. It was kind of funny. Sitting there watching my movie, trying to mind my own business, not focus on anything else. Trying to avoid. That's what I was doing. And I get, have you heard? Then I contact it because I'm supposed to be doing a market. And I'll still be doing a market, I guess. Well, what does this all mean? What is this all about? I want to talk about the astrology because I've been telling people that the month of September, October are going to be that we're going to be coming into the energy of Kali and a lot of energy of transformation and change. Well, interesting. It's the build up, especially to this full moon, is quite. It. I love how the as above, so below comes in, because when we are looking at the patterns that are happening right now, and we're in this Pluto Eris square, and it's been going on for some time. Actually, it's been going on since 1756, actually, when they conjuncted. And now we're in the third quarter square of this energy. Thank you. It's the only thing I thought I'd put on some lipstick so I didn't look so dead. With this energy, it's I'm just dead. There we go. Hello. Yes. So welcome everybody. The energies of as above, so below coming in, and especially with Eris and Pluto square, I mean that's really bringing in discord. That is really more, as it gets more intense, it is becoming more prevalent. We're coming up, it's exact, well, it'll be more exact tomorrow. It's Venus square Saturn, and Venus will be conjuncting, well, she's pretty much conjuncting my sun and my Neptune and my Mercury. They're all squaring too. So we have this square that's happening. And when she squares, she's wanting answers. Like she wants answers. She's wanting the answers from Saturn, and Saturn is the ruler of our earthly world, per se. It is the one of the boundaries. It is the one of our earthly, because it rules Capricorn, and it is the co-ruler of Aquarius. Now, Uranus is now the new ruler, and Uranus was founded was around the French Revolution and became the ruler of Aquarius. And Aquarius is all about community and unity and cohabitation and humanity and human rights. And when the French Revolution came about in the 1700s, it was about, or I think it was 1700s. I got to get my dates here. It was about liberty and freedom, and these seals of setting these liberty and freedoms. And right now, Saturn is squaring Uranus, because Uranus is in Taurus, and Taurus wants, it is all about the world that we live in. It is all about how we are. People are, no, I'm going to tell people right now, no, I am not. I am not. I am not. Okay. I've just had about 5 texts. Are you going to? Are you going to? No, I am not. Okay. God bless you if you have, but I am not. It's going to take a hell of a lot for me. And it's going to take where they're going to have to move Saturn and Uranus in a different position. And they're going to have to show me things in a different way, because I know full-heartedly with my heart and my soul and the energies that I am feeling that it's wrong. And I don't judge anybody who has, and I send out blessings. Blessings to all the people that all of a sudden the ICUs are full, and all of a sudden it's all because of the people who are not taking this magic elixir. It's all their fault. They don't say that, but that's what it's coming out to see. And with this energy, that when Saturn was in Aquarius, it was about totalitarian energy. It is about the elite. It was about making laws and rules and restricting their freedom and taxing and subduing the massive population in order to have a private agenda. That's Saturn in Aquarius. Where is Saturn? It's in Aquarius. It's squaring Uranus. Why? Because Uranus is about liberty and freedom and new thoughts, new advances, new ideas. It's about the alchemy of science. Alchemy of science is not what they're saying science is now. Alchemy of science asks you why and how come, and wants evidence, wants a debate, wants to discover. It doesn't want to say, here it is, this is the way it is. That's Saturn in Aquarius. That's totalitarian. So we have this energy. And with the Uranus comes in, and Uranus being founded around at the French Revolution, it's about civil disobedience. And as the energy, and as you know, from the full moon, we're going to be coming up to this equinox, and the equinox is Libra. Libra is all about civil law, lawyers, balance, being civil. Yet Mars is there. Mercury's there. And Venus, who rules Libra, is all intense and getting down and dirty and getting nasty in Scorpio. And squaring off and saying, I need justice. I need to find out truth. Why are you doing this? The push is there. The push is to conform. Why is it such that everybody has to conform? Why is it that everybody has to be in this lump, and that once we have 100%, everything's going to be okay? Have you looked at Israel lately? They have a higher percentage of elixir takers than we do. Yet their hospitals are overrun right now. And they're talking about the third elixir. So we have this energy and saying, well, this doesn't make sense. If I took this, but here we go back to Saturn. Where is Saturn? What is Saturn saying? Saturn's saying, I'm in here. I want it done this way, and this is the way I want it done. Because I'm Saturn. I'm the boss. I am Kronos. Got to do it my way, baby. Don't do it my way. Off you go. Now, the Sabian symbol, which fucking blows my mind too. So the Sabian symbol, and this is when you see as above, so below starting to work. So the Sabian symbol for Virgo is the seeker of occult knowledge. Man seeking knowledge. Man. The ancient knowledge as a foundation for change. We need to pay attention to the eternal secrets as we construct a new realities following a radical change. This is the full moon on Monday. Revolution is not necessarily evolution. The tendency is always strong simply to repeat old patterns and return to the same atrophic conditions, though called by a different name and with different actors. At times of crisis, when order itself has broken down, we must tap into the fundamentals offerings of the cosmos and assert the eternal patterns of truth. This must be accessed personally at first, then shared openly so that the collective acceptance and alignment can occur. The seeker after the occult knowledge is reading an ancient scroll which illuminates his mind. Wisdom must be discovered, not furnished. Wisdom is not at all apparent. Knowledge can be hidden by two primary factors. The first is inherent. Within the nature of knowledge, mysteries are undisclosed because they are undisclosable. Secondly, the secret of life are often kept internally, secret of the cognoscenti. Those who are in the know like to retain their influence. Yet, as the image indicates, it is our business to derive meaning from what we are exposed to in the various media. Reading between the lines with an expanded level of comprehension, we will see the broader picture and gain access to the abiding, if hidden truths by which communal stability is established. Interactions between those who know and those who do not are often constrained in order to protect secrets. This hints at a fundamental conservatism of our world. The realm of our experience is given form by the particular culture, which is best preserved by maintaining fixity in shared beliefs. The spread of new ideas, whether evolutionary or revolutionary, which could take the place in secrets were revealed, is seen by some as a threat to our way of life. The conservative majority absolutely refuses to surrender their heritage unnecessarily. Any wisdom must be discovered, not handed to us on a plate. There is within any lesser experience a greater one hiding and to reveal its greater glory. Each of us has the responsibility to expand the wisdom in any situation according to our own individual perceptions of reality and its inherent potentials. Where we lap up the pap delivered to us by the sensationalist, materialistic media, then through lazy suspicion, we would lose integrity of mind, surrender common sense, and sever the machinery of deception as docile victims. This applies to papers of all types. Our freedom from ignorance is surely invested in imagination, that splendid and powerful gift so valued by children, which cannot survive into adulthood without conscious effort to sustain and develop it. With imagination and persistence, we can pertain through the obscurities and find clarity and instinct depth of truth contained within anything, even those papers whose messages are veiled by deceit and secret code. That's the full moon on Monday. That is the Sabian symbol. There is a meaning for each of the degrees, 360 meanings for each degree. How interesting and how powerful that at this time, our full moon at 29 degrees on Monday at 5:55 Eastern Standard Time, which is 5:55 is change. And that's when it's at its apex. this energy and this change is coming in, and it asks you to stand in your wisdom, to come into your wisdom. Your wisdom is your goddess, is your divine feminine, is that essence, is that beauty. We are at this axis of the axis between Venus and Pisces. And this axis between Venus and Pisces is where we have to, it is the balance. It is the intention of the individual and the collective. So it's the individual, which is Virgo, and the collective, and from the collective to the cosmos. And Virgo is the crises axis, victimization, victim of consciousness. It's a cyclical pattern. And we, as Neptune, being Neptune in there, Neptune was founded 165 years ago, overcoming, since then, overcoming victim consciousness. The very root obtained, the root of knowledge, signifies for universal order. It is universal order. You can't go against the universal order. It's going to come in and it'll sweep you up. And we have what they call the Luciferic extraction on one side. And then on the other side, we have the victimization. And we are in between. We are in between these two energies. Remember, I said that we were on a conveyor belt and these energies are pushing up against us, but we have to move forward. We have to continue upon our journey. And in doing so, we will find our liberation and our freedom. Yes, what is being pushed upon us at this time is not spiritual truth. It is not the truth. This is where we have to come into our spiritual truth and our divinity and our divine. This is where we have to come into our alignment. This is where it is showing us that we have a sovereignty over our own selves, even written by the UN. But so many people are going to crumble and fall because of fear. And they may not feel they can stand up to this all. And my prayers go out. I just saw another thing on Facebook on somebody on friend going into ICU. I mean, my heart goes out. Health Alberta is going to state of health emergency. I wish we would get truth out of it all. I really don't. I know we are not getting truth. I know we are not getting. They're talking about setting up triage and all kinds of things. And we are not getting it. And this is where we have to stand up. Oh my God. Hey, you know what? I got a pervert on here. Woo! on my YouTube. Oh my goodness. This is hilarious. I love it. So but this is where we have to come into our truth. And in coming into our truth, we come to where we can overcome our victim consciousness. That's where we're headed. We're headed into this energy of overcoming our victor consciousness. So, it was on YouTube. Kathy's like, where is that? I want to see a pervert. They're all out tonight. They're all out partying tonight, aren't they? Let's get going. So, it is, where we have to come together in unity. And it's a unity of love. It's a unity of acceptance. It's a unity of saying, I don't agree with protesting at the hospitals or stopping anybody to going into the hospitals. Never. I don't. I don't. I only one. I know only one. I really believe in people and their own individual rights, especially when it comes to their health. But I don't believe people should be steamrolled and pressured, because this isn't going to be good for anybody. And it isn't going to, it is, the outcome in the long run is actually going to be more detrimental to society as a whole. It's already dismantling. It's already dismantling. The fear is high. I don't want the second jab, but how can we hold out? By staying in your light. Nobody, by law, nobody can force you to do it. By law, even within the human rights of the UN, nobody can force medical procedures upon anybody else, anywhere in the world. And it's in our Constitution, in our Bill of Rights here in Canada. Is that true? But Dana, is that true? No one will hire you. Is that true? That's what you think. That's what you believe. Then that will be true. I'm not telling you what to do or not to do, but you've just also fendered into the fear. If I don't have a water. No, you got to go talk to Uncle Edward. He drank it all. This is where Uncle Edward drank all the water. Can't say for sure. But this is where people go into the fear. Start your own business. The part is that even with the President of the United States mandating that companies over 100 have to enforce their employees to have the elixir, you know how many lawsuits are coming out now? How many lawsuits are going to be coming out with this enforcement? And I knew this would happen before the 20th. I knew it. I said to people, vote early or do mail-in, because you know what? They're going to try and stop people from voting. But when I go to my astrology and I sit down and I see where Jupiter is and I see where Saturn is, and I'm just like, holy shit. And then I see, and I knew when little Miss Venus going into Scorpio, I have her in my at 29 degrees. So I know you just don't put up with bullshit. You want truth. You want truth. You want to know what is the truth. Right now, we're not getting the truth. Hire yourself out as an independent contractor or consultant. There you go. You know, there's so many ways of going about. You know, it's just like, I could be worried about next year. Will Steve and I find a place to live, because they probably won't rent to us because neither of us are. If my husband wants to go get it, that's totally up to him. I don't stop him. I can't stop my husband doing anything he doesn't want to do. That's his choice. This is totally his choice. My children, that's their choice. They're adults. I know what my choice is, and I know what my beliefs are. And I know with the soul of my heart how wrong it is. And I know there's something greater, because when I look at this and I'm looking at going all the way back to the French Revolution, And you're seeing people out in France every day protesting right now. They know. They know. They're not saying, they don't care if you got it or don't got it. They just don't want to be controlled by it. That's the thing. And that's where this square with Saturn and Uranus are. Uranus is saying, you got to be true. You can't allow the totalitarian energies to take heed. And that's what they want. And when we look at that, and we look at the elite making the laws, making the rules, restricting the freedom, taxing and subduing the massive population in order for a private agenda. Whose agenda? So tonight, my lovelies, my beautiful, beautiful people of this world, I ask for you to go into your heart. Ask your God, ask your source, your divine, because you are vibrational beings. Step into your vibration, step into the truth of who you are, and trust. Because there's wisdom in there. Come to the gates of wisdom. And wisdom is one who wants to find truth. Wisdom is the one who wants to inquire. Wisdom is the one who has the critical thinking and comes in with the critical thinking. That's where the wisdom is. And yeah, many people from today will be going into some crazy fear of something. So, pulled out the tarots. Yeah, so trust, because the thing a lot of times people get hung up, it's got to look like this. It has to be this way. But does it? It's scary to think, oh my God, do I have to start up a new business? It's scary to think, oh my God, it's like I got so much on my plate right now. What does it mean if I have to do this or start something up? So, 5 of Swords reversed. Are we running away from conflict? Are we running away? Am I ready to connect with my heart's true intentions? Need for closure before being able to move. Fears associated with past traumas. Do not let the negative thoughts or opinions of others affect you. Feeling that all your roads are blocked. So feeling that everything is blocked at this time. So right now it's like unresolved issues. It could be that others do not agree with the directions that you're heading into. So there's a blockage. The Chariot says that there's a blockage in the direction that you want to go into. What am I working towards? Am I ready to move ahead in body, mind, and spirit? This indicates a sense of helplessness. And if you have very little control over a particular situation, it also looks at your connection with your heart. Are you connected with your heart? This is a ruler. This is Jupiter, expansion. But what aren't you expanding? and blocking of intuition. So we have where there's a lot of fear in the direction of where you want to go. And in that fear, you're blocking the road and the intuition of what is true. And if you're in that fear and you're in and blocking that intuition, you can't hear the information that's coming through because you're blocked. So it's time for you to sit and time for you to get alone and meditate and explore the realms of your consciousness and explore what is true to you and the directions that you want to go into. Are you pulling these cards for me? I was pulling them for everybody, Dana. And the overall spiritual guidance card. Is God is giving you something, but you don't like it. There's choices to be made, but you don't like the choice that's being made. You want the other 3 cups, but here God is giving you a new cup, and you're saying, no, I don't want that cup. Fuck you. So we're going to ask for clarity. We want clarity on all of this. You're feeling all your choices are blocked. You don't have the strength to move on. You got to take time and go inside. You got to take time. If you're not sure on the direction on where you have to go or what you want to do, you got to take the time to go inside. So it is where people are feeling overwhelmed and they're feeling scared and not sure of what direction to go into. But the only direction is to trust the Hermit. The Hermit card, he holds the lantern. And he trusts in that light on where it goes. He leans upon his staff. He's journeyed. He's gone on his journey. He's been going for a long time. His beard is long and it's white. You got to trust in the light. You got to trust in that light. That's where Uranus and Taurus is. Uranus is in Taurus for several more years. For at least 5 more years in Taurus. Bringing in the changes that need to be brought into this world. The last time he was here was during the 1930s and going into World War II. The last time with Eris and Pluto, this is the first time in our lifetime they've been in this square. And Eris being the goddess of discord, bringing up the discord in life, showing what's going on. Pluto wants to bring up the truth within the world. What is the truth right now? And we're looking at all of our subconscious planets retrograde. So we're not getting the full truth of anything. And Pluto's brother is going to be showing up to the party, who's gotten thrown out by Zeus because he tried to go after his wife, Juno. And he has nothing compared to what? Eris. So we have this energy that's coming in and saying, and as I said earlier today, the universe shows you, look what's going on. There's discord. There's tyranny. There's the energy of victimhood that's going on. There's this energy of Luciferian energy that's coming in. The darkness that's pushing at us as we are heading upon our conveyor belt that has to continue going straight and trusting in that light of the divine, because we're coming to the book of the wisdom, which is on Monday and the full moon. Who are the Mafia brothers? Pluto, Saturn, and Jupiter. They were the Mafia brothers. And then Jupiter broke away from them because he's like, fuck this, I'm out of here. And he just ran through Aquarius and into Neptune and into Pisces. And when he was in Pisces, there was a lot of illusions and we felt like we were under a spell again. And he had to come up because there's unfinished business with the collective. Aquarius is the collective. And so there's unfinished business that has to be dealt with. But will it be dealt with by the end of December? Jennifer, you're absolutely right. It is. It's repeating itself. But who's going to come save us? The millennials? Generation Z, who think it's a big joke for everything? Don't give a fuck about whatever? I'm laughing because I'm just like, what kind of shit show did you put me in to this time, God, that I signed up for? But this is heading into something and a rebirthing. Jennifer's like, we're screwed. Jennifer has a bunker full of wine. We're going over to her house. Into the bunker we go. If only, right? It is where we are having to stay in our light and come into the wisdom. I have been reading, I don't think I have the book. It's by my bedside. One second. This is the New King James Bible. It's amazing. It's amazing for a little witch. I got a lot of different books here. I have been reading I've been reading the book of Proverbs. I've been reading a different text every night. And I was reading something else and it mentioned about reading Proverbs, right? And Spirit shifted it again. Ooh, you believe sign is wonky again. I told you. It's all, look at. No, it will not stay straight. The book of Proverbs was written, the Proverbs of Solomon, and he was Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel. So King Solomon, the book of Proverbs was, it talks about wisdom. It talks about seduction. It talks about being led by and being allured to seductive ways where things look so wonderful and beautiful, yet there is a sinisterness behind whatever that beauty is to lead you down a road of debauchery and dismay. And Saint talks about the wisdom and coming to know wisdom and instructions to perceive and to understand. And so coming into your wisdom is coming into your truth, coming into your knowledge and finding that knowledge and truth out. So that's what I've been doing lately. And it's, put my little book over there. So I'm getting it from all different sources about wisdom and about coming into your wisdom, about coming into your source, about trusting your wisdom, about trusting God, sticking with your light and sticking with that divine light. And that's what it keeps on showing me. And it says you in the wisdom, it says, it's also like, okay, don't be an idiot, stock up on food. Things are going to get short. It also tells me to, make sure that, okay, start putting a little bit of money away. How things are going to get crazier. Because once you start listening, information starts coming in. I've been avoiding, actually, it's been amazing since I haven't really been listening to the news a lot lately and trying to not pay any attention and just focus on where I have to go and what I have to do with my own business. And that leads me to continuing my teachings, continuing doing what I'm doing, and staying in my truth. So, and I'm on a public forum. I'm on YouTube. I am on Facebook Live. So this is a huge public forum. I'm not in the tens or the 20,000 followers. Maybe one day I will be, and I hope I will be, because I'd like to be more. Coffee donation made. Thank you. And thank you, Dane. Hey, anybody want to donate to my coffee fund? Thank you so very much. Thank you. It's not necessary, but it sure in the hell helps. Because, and I got a new cup today too. You'll see my new cup tomorrow. Thank you, Lisa. I am staying true, and it would take a hell of a lot, and it will take a hell of a lot that they'll have to do for me to take anybody's elixir. I get very hesitant. I'm actually shy. I don't like conflict. I really don't like conflict. I don't like having to argue with people right away. I can get very lost within my own, self. It takes me a while to collect my thoughts to come back with a rebuttal for people. Sometimes I'll come off and I can be very sarcastic and snarky. It bothers me that there's rules for some and not rules for all. What's your line in the sand? What's my line in the sand? I'd have to, like, my line in the sand. Are you going to mask up in stores? I do. I will. I will honor people. Like, I don't believe in the masks. I don't believe in masking. But the thing is that there's ways of doing things. You can go out and be a fucking asshole about shit, right? And push and stuff like that. But there's ways of doing it. When you saw the EMT, all the first responders standing there in solitary, in silence, that was more powerful than somebody shouting. There's ways of doing it. There's ways of protesting. If you don't want to do it, then don't go into that store. When they start asking me for my passport to go shopping, I won't go into the store. I won't. This is where, people like Gandhi, God, I'm not Gandhi, to protest was, he took down the whole British army, the whole British nation in sit-ins. Was it easy? No. Was he jailed? Yes. My draw in the sand? I'll become a nomad. I'll drift and become that drifter. And figure it out from there. And it won't be the first time in my life that I had to figure it out. And doing things. When it comes to, and the thing is, it's funny because when I'm in stores, sometimes I won't pull up the mask. I was in Safeway the other day and a guy just walked in, grabbed a basket, did his shopping, grabbed his stuff, and went on his way. So when you go into certain stores, Sometimes I went in there to go grab my coffee the other day and I forgot my mask, and because my regular Starbucks is not, they had a COVID outbreak. So they're only open for 8 hours and stuff. So see, and then Jennifer, I'm going to contact her. She'll sell me veggies and homegrown meat. So there we go. So when it comes to being forced to show people my passport, no, I'm not going to show you my passport. I'm not going to show you that. I don't think it's anybody's fucking business, honestly. So I'm not going to. I don't think children should be masked. I think that's just part of the system that's coming in with Saturn and Aquarius and the push for that. I mean, doctors have already talked about that and saying how wrong it is. I don't think any child over 12 should be vaccinated at this time until fully understanding what it's all about. And it's still experimental. They even say it's still experimental. So, yeah, that's fine. But with these new, and sometimes they don't even make sense, mandates and saying everything. I've talked to some nurses who are clients of mine who are saying what they're saying is false. What they're saying is false, but they can't come out and say anything because they could lose their job. But doctors are getting paid for this. So people are getting paid. When you see Kimball coming out and saying fucking bullshit, like, how dare he? He's getting paid for this. He's getting paid extra to say that stuff, to keep himself on TV, to keep his job, to make sure that he keeps the money rolling in. Do you see an end to all of this? There will be, but the end is a breakdown of our society and whatever that looks like. I mean, it's been breaking down for some time now. The United States has been in a civil war. The American Revolution actually lasted over 20 years. It just didn't happen at the Boston Tea Party, and it happened over several years to make the change. So we're in this for several years, and because change has to happen, and people have to stand up to what they don't, because that's not freedom when you're being forced to do something. That's not freedom. That's the social credit system from China. That's what that is. And that's where you're going to find more people are going to come out and they're going to protest, and more people are going to come out and they're going to be standing up and saying, no, we're not going to take this. And we're going to see a lot more coming, more people taking a stand. And more companies are going to find that there are going to be lawsuits. But it takes guts. It takes a lot of guts to do that, because you're standing up against, you're standing up against the tyranny. You're standing up against the elite. You're standing up against the ones with money. That's what you're doing when you're going against this. So that's all I have to say for this evening, my loves. So stand in your power, stand in your light. Don't let anybody distinguish your light. Be the truth of who you are. And honor your truth, and honor you. And I'm going to send you out with so much love and prayers. And may the Lord and the Lady watch over and bless each and every one of you in all that you say, in all that you be, in all that you do. May the Blessed Mary watch over all of you, and angels dance on your pillow. Have a great night and sleep well. And we will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's a bright new day. And let's just embrace the light, embrace the love, and know that you are all perfect in the eyes of God. Blessed be everybody. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.